Tuivasa's losing streak takes wild turn after Domino's troll. The fight game can be brutal, but sometimes, the harshest blows don't come inside the cage. For Tuivasa, the past few weeks have shown just how quickly a fighter's narrative can shift, from fan-favorite knockout artist to the center of online ridicule. And in one of the most unexpected twists, even a global brand like Domino's Pizza joined in. From crowd favorite to crisis point. Not long ago, Tuivasa was one of the most beloved heavyweights in MMA. Known for his aggressive style and iconic, showy celebrations, he built a reputation as must-watch entertainment. But momentum in MMA is fragile. After suffering his 7th consecutive loss at a recent UFC event, Tuivasa now finds himself in the middle of one of the toughest stretches of his career. His latest defeat wasn't just another setback. It raised serious questions about his future in the sport, especially given the one-sided nature of the fight and the growing pressure surrounding his performances. Once a knockout threat, Tuivasa has struggled to adapt to opponents who exploit his weaknesses, particularly in grappling-heavy matchups. The Domino's moment, when brands join the roast. As if the losing streak wasn't enough, Tuivasa's situation took a bizarre turn when Domino's Pizza publicly mocked him online. The Jab reportedly referenced a photo of Tuivasa wearing a Domino's uniform, turning it into a viral joke tied to his recent defeats. It was the kind of moment that perfectly reflects the modern sports landscape. Fighters are no longer just athletes. They are content. And sometimes, they become memes. What made this situation stand out wasn't just the joke, it was who made it. When a major brand joins in, it amplifies the narrative far beyond typical fan reactions. When losing turns into a meme, Tuivasa's losing streak has already made him a target online. After his latest loss, fans flooded social media with criticism, jokes, and even calls for his release. Some questioned his preparation. Others suggested he might be better suited for different combat sports. And now, with brands like Domino's stepping in, the line between sports coverage and entertainment has blurred even further. The harsh reality of modern MMA. This situation highlights something bigger than just Tuivasa. In today's MMA world, winning builds your reputation. Losing damages it quickly, but viral moments define it. Tuivasa is a perfect example of this shift. Despite his losing streak, he remains one of the most recognizable personalities in the heavyweight division. His fan-friendly style and authenticity have kept him relevant, even as results go against him. That's why his situation feels so conflicting. He's struggling competitively, but still valuable as a personality. Respect versus entertainment. The Domino's incident raises an uncomfortable question. On one hand, humor and trash talk are part of combat sports culture. Fighters themselves often engage in it. On the other hand, Tuivasa is going through a very real professional and personal struggle. He even publicly apologized to fans after his latest loss, saying he felt like he had let them down, showing the emotional weight behind the results. That context makes the jokes hit differently. Why Tuivasa still matters. Despite everything, writing off Tuivasa would be a mistake. He still has. Where should the line be drawn? Knockout power. A loyal fan base. A reputation for exciting fights. And perhaps most importantly, resilience. After the loss, Tuivasa made it clear he's not ready to quit, insisting that he won't give up despite the setbacks. In a sport where one win can change everything, that mindset matters. The bigger picture, fame comes at a cost. What happened to Tuivasa isn't unique, it's just more visible. In today's digital era, fighters are constantly under scrutiny. Every loss becomes content. Every moment can go viral. The Domino's joke is just one example of how far that can go. It shows that once you reach a certain level of fame, you're no longer just competing in the cage, you're part of a global conversation that doesn't always show mercy. Conclusion: more than just a joke. At first glance, Domino's mocking Tuivasa might seem like harmless social media banter. But it represents something deeper: the pressure fighters face outside the cage. The speed at which public perception can shift. And the reality that in modern MMA, losing doesn't just cost you fights, it can cost you respect. Still, if there's one thing Tuivasa has shown throughout his career, it's that he thrives in chaos. And sometimes, the best comeback stories begin exactly here, When everything feels like it's falling apart.